Anywho, back to me. Um, yeah, I've decided to start making vlogs again. Not that anybody kind of really knew I used to make vlogs, but if you do, thanks, baby. You've been here for a really long time. Take 174 and action. Hi, I'm Aniela, Annie if you're nasty, and this is my vlog. Honestly, I don't remember why I stopped, but I decided, hey, I hate making TikToks. Why not make art vlogs? So I'm doing that now on YouTube. You can actually like talk and discuss like your process or like the stuff that goes behind like your artwork. I'm born and raised from Miami. Um and I'm a self-taught artist. I'm a hobby collector. I have plenty of hobbies. But yeah, I'm a self-taught artist. I remember like being being like 5 years old, grabbing paper and like tracing my Sailor Moon VHS cassettes. And then in like third grade, early early 2004, my parents used to take me to this like art studio for kids, and I used to paint in the mornings on Saturdays. So they would just drop me off, and I'd just like grab a canvas there and I'd start painting. They had like these drawers where you can like pick a photo, and they're like, here, you can paint this. And so then I'll just start painting. Like, they didn't teach me any basics. They're like, here, like, here's where all this stuff is, paint. I'm like, okay, here I go. And I still have those paintings, like, and then my parents couldn't afford it anymore. So they decided to buy me like little paint sets and stuff, and I just started painting at home. Um, the most like I could say art education I got is like regular schmegular public school art class. I never really got taught how to do things. I just kind of like experimented with it, which I say is very much everything I do. It's just like, hey, I think it looks cool. I want to try it out. And that's why I collect so many hobbies. I'm like, oh, that looks like fun. Or, hey, I can do that. I have faith in myself. I can really do that. I can make that. So, yeah. But today we're going to focus on art, which is what I got going on in the background. But yeah, I started painting when I was 8. And then I've just been painting on and off these last 21 years of my life. And this year I've been like painting steady and I've been having a good time with it, which is why I was like, you know what? I kind of want to go back to vlogging because it kind of just shows the process of it. And like, yeah, I had fun filming my little TikToks, but it was such a like pain where I would record like an hour's worth of like, I would have like an hour's worth of footage, and then I had to try to figure out how to put it into like less than a minute because people's attention spans are really bad. So I'm kidding. It's not, well, not really kidding, but yeah, that's the point. I promise you, not all of them are gonna be like this, but because it's the first one, I thought I should like introduce myself, do it this kind of style. But we'll see. I'll probably keep it this way, but we'll see about it. I used to live in Miami. I don't live in Miami anymore. I moved a little over a year ago. November 5th made a year. It was kind of hard to do art in Miami because like I feel like you either had to go to one of the schools like New World or like I don't know, you just had to go to one of the schools and then that or like come from money in order to like do anything art related in Miami, and I unfortunately do not come from money. So, and I did not take schooling. I didn't do art for school. And that was not a life I wanted to live. But also, my boyfriend got a job for up here. So I was like, sayonara. I don't mind leaving. It was more like I felt like coming up here was more of like, okay, I got that stress of mm, Miami and like, I don't know. Miami gives me so much anxiety now. Like whenever I go back, like I can feel the anxiety like building up in my body again. But just coming here has helped me like slow down and relax and like figure out like more or less like what kind of path I want to take, like things I want to do. I don't know. I just feel like there's more opportunity up here in Orlando. And yes, I moved to Orlando. Not really Orlando, kind of outskirts of Orlando, but Orlando. And I've been loving it up here. I've always wanted to move up here since I was like really little. Um, I don't know. I think it's because of the pace, but I will say Miami. I love her. There's some things about her that I miss. Um, I don't. I don't. Sometimes I miss the chaos of Miami, but I think that's just the Gemini in me. Um, but I don't miss like that hustle and bustle of it. I really don't. And it's not even like hustle and bustle, it's just like stupidity. It's really stupidity. Um, but I genuinely like the life I'm living here in Orlando. Yeah, coming up here to Orlando, I reached out to a friend slash acquaintance, more friend than acquaintance to me. Um, and I asked him like, "Hey, like, what art stuff is there to do?" Just because I was like, this I'm gonna take this opportunity to get back into art. He told me about like on markets and events and like places that do art events, and then he told me about Jennifer. And Jennifer runs this like art get together called Sketchbook Club, and there people gather to sketch in a book in their sketchbooks, you know? Well, what else could I say? But also like, you could it's like a socializing event, but you can like sketch and like you talk about art or you just talk about your day, whatever. I just know I enjoyed meeting the people that I met at um at like these sketchbook club events, and I like seeing like what other artists exist in the city. Like I get to see like the different types of art that people make, and like I don't know, it's just kind of inspiring. Where I feel like Miami has like this one standard like art that I personally hate. I call it clout art because that's literally what it is to me, and like I just don't like it. And meanwhile, up here, like there's like a variety. Like there's like I feel like not one person's the same. And like if you look at my stuff, which you can see on the walls, like I don't feel like um it's not like I don't feel like it's something that's not going to be appreciated up here, where in Miami like people will be like, this looks kind of like whatever. So coming up here has allowed me to like really like invest in my art, or just like yeah, invest in my art, cuz like it's not just like money, which babes, I've spent a lot of money on art stuff this year, but like thoroughly spiritually invest myself in my art. Um and like this year was the first time I started doing like art markets and like getting into galleries, and it's been pretty fun and interesting. Like I've never done this before. I'd never felt like I could do stuff like this, like especially in Miami. Like it was pretty hard. And like even when you look for like call to artists, like it's really hard to find anything, or like here in Central Florida, like every so often there's like a call to artists, and like I don't know. I just feel like definitely up here there's more opportunity, at least for me. I don't know if I'm looking in the wrong places or not, but definitely a lot more opportunity to appear to grow as an artist. So that's what I'm doing. Let's go back to Jennifer, my sweet Jennifer. Um, so she runs Sketchbook Club, and she started this year a market, and she's just such a sweetheart, and she's like living my dream. She's soon to open her own space. That's the front's gonna be like a gallery. Um, the middle area is gonna be like private studios you can rent out, and then the back is gonna be like the event space so she can host her markets there. And she's gonna have the gallery in the front, which I submitted to so I can have some paintings there. But yeah, like that's something I want to do. Like that's something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to open like an art studio, like for kids or for like adults. Like I just wanted to open an art studio and like have my own gallery and stuff. And like I'm gonna support her because she's living my dream. I'll live through her if I have to. She posted a call to artists to have people live paint, and I applied and I got the role to be a live artist for the community festival that she hosted. So she sent me an email and she's like, "Oh, we're gonna supply you guys with everything like paint, brushes. Don't worry. Um, reach out to me so we can like meet up and I can give you the canvas." And then on top of the canvas, she gave me some really nice brushes, an art knife, like an artist knife, and a wonderful gift card to Sam Flax. Like Sam Flax is like a art um local art supply store. And in Miami there's one that I also really love. This one reminds me a lot of it. It's Jerry's Artorama. I don't know, dude. I got lost in this the first time I went. Like, well, the last two times I've gone, like, I've gotten lost in there for hours. Like, I did not, I was in there for like 2 hours minimum. I met her up and, to get the canvas because she was supplying us with the canvas for the day's event. She told us that we can start prepping it and sketching on it, which I was doing. So I couldn't figure out exactly what it was that I wanted to paint. I was having a hard time trying to figure out because I have some painting ideas, but they require way more things that I wanted to include on it since I've been trying to get more into like the mixed media stuff, and I didn't want to like leave the community festival with an unfinished painting. I'm a person that likes to like start and finish in that moment unless it's something mixed media related. And um these last couple of markets I've done, people have asked me if like one of my paintings um was like a tarot card, like this one up here. They keep asking me if it's the Three of Swords. But yeah, people keep asking me if I was like if it's a tarot card, or like they'll tell me your art is so beautiful, like you should totally make tarot cards out of it. Like you should totally get into it. And I've told them like, hey, yes, I've thought about it. Trust me, I'm a tarot girly and I much would love to do tarot cards, but it's very time consuming. There's a lot of them. Like I don't want to just do like some. I would, if I was going to do it, I would want to do all of it. So for some reason when I was trying to come up with an idea, I was like just thinking the Star Tarot card, and that's exactly what this painting is about. It's the Star Tarot card, but on my terms, in my interpretation of it. So, yeah, I prepped it by just sketching it, and then the event, um, I actually managed to get there really early. She told us to be there between 11 and 11:30 since the artist wouldn't start until 11:30, but I got there at 10:45, which is the earliest I've gotten into one of these markets or like anything. Yeah, so we got there pretty early, so I was able to look around, which is what I usually hope for every time I do a market or like an event. I always want to get there like earlier so I can like look and like talk to people and see their stuff. And like this year it was my first year doing markets, and like I want to like make my tent and area look nice and like welcoming and more of me, because now I just have like a table set up with like my artwork on top, and I just like I'll let the art do the talking, but I kind of want to make it more inviting. So we'll see about that with the next year. um but yeah, so I was able to actually look around and like buy things from people because I had the time to. But yeah, once 11:30 came around, I went to the Sam Flax tent because everything was provided by Jennifer and Sam Flax, and that's where the artist posted up to like do the live painting, and they provided acrylic paints and paintbrushes and all that jazz. um but I will say the acrylic paint that they had was very difficult for me to work with. I'm not used to working with like shiny plasticky acrylic paint. I also normally don't do like a wash of color on my paintings. I just go ahead, put the gesso on there, have that sketch under that gesso, and start painting. Um, so I have that white blank canvas. But yeah, I'll do like certain things like a darker color. So like how this one is orange, I did like a brown orange for the bottom. This one I started with like a dark blue, really dark blue. Um that one, so like you see how it kind of looks red, it's actually like a really hardcore magenta. I used that one, and then like I added the pink on top, so I added just a bunch of layers on top. um and yeah, but this this acrylic paint that I was using there was hard. I don't know. I get my acrylic paint from Michael's, so everything is kind of like matte. I specifically get the matte colored ones because I don't like the shiny look of acrylic sometimes. Um I love acrylic paint. I hate the shininess unless I'm asking for the shininess. Um but yeah, like this paint was so shiny and so plasticky, and I understand why like other people do not like playing, well, mess playing, like painting with acrylic paint. Like this paint is the reason why I know people are saying that, because this paint was so plasticky. Not that it was bad, like I'm proud of myself because I didn't bring any of my paints and I managed to work with a paint that I'm not used to. But it was so weird to me because I'm like, this paint really is drying plasticky. Whatever. But yeah, so I used like a yellow wash, and thankfully I did that because it was I was able to um mess with the colors a little bit, because I don't know. I think I think the textures kind of threw me off, and I was afraid that I wasn't be able to like blend the colors the way that I blend on my paintings. Um but I managed. I'm definitely more of a fan of my acrylic paints, but you know, again, I'm proud of myself. I managed to work with something that is in my regular, and it still looked nice, even though in the moment I like was hating my painting very much. I had my boyfriend take photos, but he went around taking photos of other people there, and then my roommate was able to like record for me a little bit, which shout out to Gigi for that, because I was afraid I was going to have space to do so. So I was able to get some of this footage of me painting at the festival thanks to her. I was just so focused on trying to get this painting done. And like when I was done with it, I kind of did not like it. But I told myself, I'm like, it's probably because I've been staring at it for too long. And I'm going to tell you right now that was the case. I was staring at it for too long, and I was like, I am not happy with my painting. I actually really don't like it. But everyone was telling me it's really nice, really beautiful, really pretty. But I was like, oh my God, I want to like rip this apart. And then I sent it to the besties, and I was like, hey, look, this is the painting I did. And they was like, it's so beautiful, it's so wonderful. And I was just like, I don't think so. And then when we got home, I took a look and I was like, it's actually not that bad. I actually really like it. I know this is like kind of like a weird little vlog, but I just wanted to post something since I need to get myself back into the habit of talking in front of a camera. I'm not used to that anymore. Just honestly, I don't have to. It's just goals I have for myself for like galleries and art shows. So yeah, I have to start one this weekend and finish it this weekend. I have another one that I've been working on forever, which I will probably post soon once I'm done with it. Um, that one, think that one is like Miami related, so that's kind of exciting for me considering I felt like I didn't get a chance to do stuff like this in Miami. I just would love to be part of like something like an art gallery, even if it's like a tiny unknown art gallery, like an art gallery in Miami. Like I'm slowly trying to get to it. But yeah, I mean, this year alone, I was able to do like multiple, like be part of like multiple galleries. Um, be in three different magazine publications. There's one coming up right now. They just did like the final edits like a couple days ago. Um, and I've done cut like I think like a market once a month since March, and there's like have like a spreadsheet full of like all the different like call to artists and markets and stuff that I want to like apply for. So your girl's working hard with this. So you're definitely gonna get a lot more videos about this, at least this topic. Which is exciting. I feel like it's gonna keep me on top of things, and if like I have to like kind of like vent, but not really vent. People have asked me if I wanted to do this full time, like art, and it's not, I'm not gonna say no because it would be fun. I feel like if I did art full time, I would feel definitely a lot more accomplished. Like, I feel like I would enjoy going to work, I would enjoy doing work. Um, but there's also that fear in me that I'm like, if I do art full time, um, will I be able to pay the bills, or will I get tired of it? Will I grow to hate it? I feel like I'm like Hannah Montana or something because I have like my corporate job, like real world stuff, and then there's like my la 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 my fantasy world stuff, and it's like my art, even though it's reality. But I wish I could do it full time. But we'll see. This is only the beginning. I mean, this is the first year I've taken myself seriously, and I decided to start vlogging like at the end of the first year instead of like at the beginning. So I'm pretty sure you guys would have seen me like being like, I don't know why I'm doing this anymore. Like, or like freaking out because I still freak out whenever I apply to like a gallery. And like, my boyfriend likes to tell me, you already did the hard part. Like, you already applied and you got in. Why are you so anxious? And I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel anxious every time I go to like an opening night or something. Yeah, I mean, I like this. So I will be most likely posting way more. Most likely. I am going to be posting more. I cannot see most likely. I will be posting more. Um, I'll probably be posting at least art content. I'm going to try to do it once a week, art vlogs. Um, I've been thinking about recording myself play video games because I play Fortnite like every day. But I also want to play other video games, not just Fortnite, because I'm a Switch girly. I like my Nintendo stuff, so I'm like, I just, I know this weekend I'm gonna have a lot to do, and I'm stressing out about it. Even though I shouldn't stress out, but I'm stressing out. Ugh, but I'll do it, and I'll get back to you guys about it. I promise. I promise I'll get better at making these. This is just like a quick, like little intro, like video. So, yeah. Bye, guys.